Morning. We 14th of March this morning, bit after 6 o'clock. I'm just down at the pivot. Daylight savings is still hanging around. So we're having pivot troubles. I think this is just stuck where it keeps getting stuck, which doesn't really get stuck because you start it again and it walks out anyway. But we're having trouble for some reason. The last circle this did, we had to restart it half a dozen times. So I spoke to the guys yesterday over at Eagle Eye just to work out what the hell's going on, and I'm just going to have a look behind this panel just to make sure there's nothing loose in here. I should have got a proper screwdriver to do this anyway. Yeah, so been pretty warm. It's summer's not done with us yet. I think there's 37 or 8 again today and tomorrow, and then hopefully a cool change. So I've been working on the air cart. Got that little case spray contract spraying job done, and yeah, it's just trying to get the air cart done. Brendan's been doing a bit of fencing and that sort of stuff. So everything looks alright. I sort of suggested something may have come loose in the back here, and that's why we're losing why it's shutting down. But on first inspection, everything looks okay. Anyway, we'll have a bit of a fiddle around here and we'll start this up and we'll just see what we can find, see what happens. But yeah, it's a bit odd. It's stopping in odd spots, which it shouldn't be. Anyway, see how we go. But the dust, no, everything seems alright in here anyway. Pivot seems to be running okay at the moment. Brendan's here. He's just going to run the lambs in for me. Those couple of hundred that we've got to go on Sunday. We only need 120. I'm going to go just run across the scales again and take the heavy ones out, just so they're not too heavy. They've just got a weight range that we've got to stay within. Our wall breaker's coming this morning to pick our little wall clip up. I've got, I don't know what's here, 4 bales of bits and pieces, so I'm gonna just press them all up into a bale of what they call bulk. So we've got some pieces and some locks. The locks are the little bits around that you get on the floor. The pieces are the sort of bits that we take off the fleece, that can be around the legs and that. It's got a bit of dirt and sort of it's knotted. And then we've got some bellies. And the stain, I'm not too sure about the stain. It might not go. And then we've got, I think that's a long fleece ewe that didn't get shorn. So anyway, hopefully we've got enough here. What's over there? We've got another bale over here. Let's bear with me. It might be a bale. No, that's crossbred fleeces. So I'll just see whether we put it in as well or not. But we had a few crossbred lambs and older, like lame, crossbred wethers that are still here. So yeah, I'll get a. I think I have showed you this before, but for those that haven't, I'll chuck the wool pack in a minute, and then it's got these spring-loaded arms on each corner, and the plunger basically just comes down and it goes past those things, and then they basically stop the wool from coming back out of the pack again. So we run about 190 kilos per bale. The limit's 205, and I think they do get in you a bit if the bales are too heavy. So we sort of generally just stick to that 190, and you're pretty safe. So yeah, we'll get to it. It won't take long. So get it done out of the road. So we've got 3 different sorts of wool in here, and then I've just put a bit of newspaper between each layer, and then when we do the specifications, which they're a declaration as well of what we've got, we just list there what's in the bale. So we've got some lambs wool over in the other shed there that we'll bring over in a minute. And that's how we brand it. The tops of the bales have got an identification on them as well. The new wool packs have actually got a barcode as well, like everything else nowadays. And I don't know. I think it's making them around $9 a kilo at the moment, wool. So what's that? 900. You're around the $1,500 a bale, hopefully. Thereabouts. So which should be good. We're up around the $10, $9.70 now per head for shearing. So it's a reasonable expense, but if the wool job can stay up where it is, there's still a dollar in doing it. So because I don't know whether I mentioned on here, but we were tossing up whether we should be shearing them or just crutching them again, because we've been shearing 6 monthly for so long, and I was just a bit concerned the wool job with the cost of shearing, it would have been more cost effective just to crutch them, but the wool, it has improved a little bit from when we last sold wool, so that's always a good sign. So Brendan's run these lambs in for me, so I'll get a bit of stuff organised, and we'll have a weigh up and see what we've got. They'll be plenty heavy enough. It's just hopefully not too heavy. I always seem to be welding at the wrong end of the day when it's 35 degrees. So we've got lamb sorted up. I've been having pressure pump troubles again, but hopefully I've got it sorted now. So I tacked this one last night, so I've got it all welded up. I've welded the bit of box section down the bottom to carry the stub axle. I'm going to get 2. I've cut these sides off. I'm going to get 2 and I'll weld the other one up now. And then we hung the main axle last night, or yesterday afternoon. So it's going to work alright. What I didn't do, and I might pull it back out again, is I didn't do anything with that pin. The idea I had is probably not going to work, so I'm thinking might just take it back out and weld something on this end and then do what I was originally going to do, drill and tap the other end, or vice versa, and just to keep it in there. I was thinking about just welding a couple of bits of rod across either end of it to keep it there, but it's probably a little bit agricultural, so I'll pull that back out. I'll lift it in with a telehandler, but what I can do is just sit it on the trolley jack and balance it. But I'll get this one out of the road and then get this one up on the trestles, and we can get him welded out also weld that thing out as well while we're going. Yeah, next job, sort of get these sorted so we can get them in, and I've also got to make another arm too for the other side. So yeah, but anyway, Tony's knocked off. He's heading away for the weekend. Brendan's still here, but he's going to go shortly too. He's just getting the header ready because I reckon late next week we'll have a crack at some corn. So he's just been putting guards back on it. We had to change the faceplate. Those new to the channel, we've got a case header, but a John Deere corn front. So we just made a different adapter plate for the front of the header to take the John Deere front. So wind's up. It always seems to be hot and windy. Wind howls through the doorway there, which makes welding lots of fun. So anyway, we'll get this one welded out and might weld that other thing out while we're going now. Morning. Well, we rolled into the weekend with this one. Just up here checking how much water's in this dam. The water shut off last night. I meant to keep it going, but I forgot all about it anyway. So we've got this pivot's got about a quarter of a circle to go before it finished. So it seems to be, after a couple of hiccups, it seems to be touch wood running all right now. So I'm not too sure what the go was. You would have seen I did open the panel on the box on the motor out in the centre, and whether there was something a bit loose in there that I've jiggled, but yeah, it was funny doing what it was doing because it was just randomly stopping in places that it probably shouldn't have been. So this morning wasn't sort of planned, but actually gonna have to weigh lambs again. So I was talking to the agent last night, yesterday afternoon. We can actually send a few more tomorrow. So I think we've got about 120 there, but we're a bit limited with our weight range. We can't go too heavy. So what I'm going to do is run the other lambs in and probably draft them 3 ways and just see what we've got. We've got more lambs hopefully going the end of next week. So I was going to have to do this anyway. So it's not the end of the world. Issue is it is Saturday, but that doesn't seem to matter around here at the moment. So we'll run them in. So what I'll probably do is I'll take a top off it. I'm going to split them 3 ways. I'll take a heavy, and then a middle, and then obviously a tail. And what I'll do, we're a bit jammed for paddocks at the moment, so the heavies I'll probably run them through the race and just put a dot on their back, and then I can draft them out. Just box them all back together, and then we can just draft them out. We'll manually draft them out. We don't have to re-weigh them. So I think that's the plan. I may even run the ones in that are going tomorrow and just re-weigh them. Take the top heavy ones out of them. We can only go to about 56 kgs, and we had some 57s in yesterday's thing. So I might just take them out, and then we know we're not going to be too heavy then. The block of corn here at home, it is changing very quickly. So it's going to be pretty hot today. It's a bit after 7 now. It's going to be high 30s again. So yeah, we'll just try and get this bit of sheep work done early and get everything fed before it does warm up too much. What else? That's about it today. Yeah, Haircuts ticking along not too badly. The GoPro actually went flat yesterday, so yeah, so we might see how we go. We bought a bag, silo bag in loader, which we're going to need possibly later this week if we get a crack at the corn, so I may even jump in the little tractor and slip up and pick it up. It's going to take me an hour or better each way to go and get it, so I might even do that once I get these sheep done or after lunch. When it gets hot, and then it's back here and we're right if we do happen to harvest a bit of corn later on in the week. So anyway, we'll get these lambs in and yeah, get weighing.
Steady, steady, Baz.
Go back. Go back there. Steady, steady! So I think I'm organised here. I've just put up a couple of temporary panels so we can split them 3 ways. And what we've got, so we've got 51.9 and below are out to the right, 51.9 to 54 straight ahead, and then 54 and above can come out the side here. So we'll see how we go. If we've got enough in that, you know, effectively 52 to 54 range, yeah, I'll bring them in, and those other 120 or whatever out there and reweigh them. So yeah, we'll see how we go. I'll yeah, fill this little dummy race up first, and yeah, we'll run a few through and see how we get on. So first lot done. I'm going to run the ones we did yesterday back in again now and take the tops off them. We've got about a bit over 80 that can go tomorrow. So we'll go through, and there's about 50 of these heavier fellas here. So I'm just going to go through the other ones now and take the tops off them. Anything that's sort of 54 and above, because there was quite a few in there. So we might get another sort of 80 perhaps of these heavy lambs, and then they might be able to go next week. There's a lot of lambs are at 50 kilos, so they're not far away. But yeah, we'll just have to work out what we're going to do, whether we just keep feeding them and try and get them finished off. It'd be really good to have this little feedlot set up, but we don't. So yeah, it's getting warm up. It's pretty humid actually. So the dogs are huffing and puffing a bit. So yeah, we'll give them a spell for a minute, and then we'll go and get these other ones in. So we've got our 150 here next in this pen there that we'll go. We'll yard them tonight, and they'll go. I think they're 8:30 in the morning. Then what I'm doing, I've just got the heavies. There's about 120 of them, and I'm just putting a red dot on their back so I can, in, you know, hopefully the end of this week or something, we can run them back in and draft them up. I can identify them. I can just run them through the manual drafting race, and that'll be a lot quicker than forcing them through the handler again. Yeah, so it's a sort of easy way to do it. Just because, as I said, we're a bit light on for paddocks with feed in them. Yeah, we'll just box them back with the lighter ones, mix them back with the lighter ones, and then we can, yeah, as I said, just draft them out again whenever they're due to go. But yeah, hopefully that's the end of this week with a bit of luck. We'll just see how it pans out. I'll flick the agent a message now once I'm done and let him know what we've got, and then leave it to his capital hands to find a home for him. So it's warmed up pretty well. We're just jumped in the ute. We're 39 degrees on the ute, which is probably not 100% right, but it is pretty bloody hot. I meant to take the camera with me and forgot all about it. So I've actually been over and picked up the silo bag inloader that we bought. We bought this back before Christmas. for corn, and anyone that watched the videos of corn harvest and that stupid ring, the bright idea we had with it, and how easy the bags were, you'll soon work out why we've gone and bought a bagger. So what we'll do, I've just got it home and drove in the shed. I haven't really looked at it. I just bought it off some photos, just off a local machinery broker. So I had to go about 2 hours in the tractor to pick it up. I have towed one with my ute before, the one I borrowed last year with my ute, and they're very back heavy, so there's no weight on the pull, so it gets a bit sketchy towing them. So I just thought, it's just as easy to run over in the tractor and get it, just for safety's sake. And it was too bloody hot to do much else anyway. So what we'll have to do is, or what we will do, is just unbolt the hopper on the roof there and spin it round. You can see it's angled, it's higher on one side, so obviously they're loading the chaser bins with the auger on the left hand side, whereas our auger's on the right hand side. So I'll get the boys to just unbolt that and spin it round, and yeah, it should, don't see why it shouldn't be good. It's got a little winch there for lifting the bags up, so it's done a bit of work, but we're not going to be putting thousands of tonne of grain through it, so yeah, it should be good. So I think talking to Josh, we're getting a few Snapchats off Josh. His stuff's yielding pretty well, so he's pretty happy with it. So yeah, we'll just see. They are talking again, and as I mentioned, I think I said pub with no beer. It's pub with free beer on the last video. So the 7-day weather forecast is it's going to rain, and then we get there and there's no rain. So anyway, so I'm just going to head up. The pivot stopped up here on the corn, so I'm going to start it again here on the lucerne, and then a couple of hours time, it's about 5:30. Probably I'll leave it as late as I can. I'll yard these lambs that are going in the morning. I'm just so they empty out overnight. But yeah, finding a cool spot, middle of March. Yeah, we would have thunk it, but anyway. Well, there you go, just priming up. Just jump the fence here and have a look and see where we're up to with our milk line. Gap here, it's not a wheel track. It must have been, I think when we planted it I was a bit wide. Here's the wheel track. Sort of funny, the varieties you can see. You just notice with the way the cobs are, you can sort of see how it's not wrapping it right to the top. Yeah, there's a bit of that going on. I don't know whether it's something we've done or a variety thing, or yeah, plants look quite green still, but or reasonably green, but the cobs have sort of are changing. You can clearly see the milk line there working its way down. It probably hasn't changed a hell of a lot. Yeah, it's pretty close. I only sort of get one bite, then we're running into hard stuff, so we might only be another one watering maybe. Yeah, so there we go. But yeah, again, you can see how the wrappers at the tops are sort of shortening up. I don't know why it's doing that, but there's quite a bit of it. So, but yeah, we are getting there. So Yeah, happy days. But I reckon the block over on our dairy farm, it'll be pretty close to harvest. I reckon after these couple of really hot days. So maybe Wednesday, Thursday, if we can get organised, we might get the header over there, and even if I get the guys set up and going, once I get them set up, they're pretty capable. They can probably harvest it anyway. Anyway, we'll get this pump up now. Still pretty warm, but we're going to run out of daylight if we leave it much longer. So. Pivot, we had trouble with the pivot. I don't know what was going on with the wiring on the valve at the base. Not too sure what was going on, but it I had to shut the water off and then start it again. Whether the pressure came up a bit quick or what, I'm not sure. Anyway, lamp seemed to want to run under the pivot now. Get wet here. Righto, knock off time. So lambs are in. Lambs didn't want to really play the game all that well. There's a socket. Don't know what that's from, but anyway. So I got them in. So the truck will be here about 8 or 8:30 in the morning. So then we'll just. I think it is supposed to cool down a bit tomorrow, but it's still bloody hot now. So anyhow. I'll just say next video I might just do a quick run round of who we are and what gear and that sort of stuff we're running, just a bit of a refresher. There's been a fair few new subscribers the last month, so just to get you guys up to speed with what we're doing. There's always someone sort of asking what we farm and what we run and that sort of thing, so I might just do a bit of a short one on that, and a bit of a shed walk around, so which everyone generally enjoys. So that'll probably do. I'm about buggered for a Saturday, so again, we've worked another Saturday, so it is what it is, unfortunately. So, all right, keep subscribing, keep liking them, keep commenting, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks, bye.